want to. All right. Got you. I got a couple of y'all in here. Appreciate everybody for being in here with a beast of a man. Thank y'all so much. Initially, everybody, I was not gonna come on. However, I decided to absolutely come on regardless. I was having a situation that was developing, but I said, you know what? I told the people that I would be here, so that's exactly what I shall do. Y'all know my entire existence is about perseverance. Okay, and so this was no different. So the more I try to talk myself out of coming on, the more I knew I absolutely should. All right. Yep. So that is when the thing is difficult to do, that's when you know you should do it. A little bit of tip for you weak black men out there who don't know nothing about that. All right. When it pains you the most, not saying that applies to this particular situation. However, that's just a little bit of knowledge that I see fit. And since only a man such as myself can tell these things in a real way, it's very important that I do just that, because without me, who would do it? And they're not gonna do it with my flair and pizzazz. They're just not gonna do it. All right. Appreciate everybody who came to see Gizmo go to Chuck E. Cheese. It was her first time. Thanks for everybody for being in here. The Gizmo had her first Chuck E. Cheese experience. Let's see what we got here. Hey, Pink Rose. The lovely Pink Rose is here. Good evening. We're doing it well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Pink Rose. You are a blessing, and your support is incomparable. Now, I want to thank everybody who has made it in. People are still trickling in. Her Pink Rose, you know what I'm saying? You are here, so we shall begin. I don't wait on nobody. People will get in as they see fit. A couple of things I want to address, Pink Rose, before I move on. Well, I'll address that one later on when there are more people in here. I do want to ask you a question. Did you see my most recent videos about a man being peaceful, about a man being peaceful, and it's not his job to be peaceful? Did you have an opportunity to check that out? It is my position that it is not, nor has it ever been a man's position to be peaceful. A man should be disagreeable. He should be assertive. He should be looking to better his position. He should do that. It's his very nature to do that. So to fight against that is to deny his own instincts. Why would a man do that? He'd be doing it to his own detriment, right? A woman is peaceful. She should be peaceful. I saw the post about peace. There's people who would disagree with me because they don't think words matter. I do, on the other hand. Words matter a lot. And how we communicate will determine the way we interact. When we use the word companion, I looked the word up because I like to understand these things from a real perspective. When a woman says she wants a companion, what is she really truly saying? They have a companion next to a human or a dog. Let me say that again, a human or an animal. Either one will suffice. You see? Either one will suffice. A human or an animal. That basically keeps you company. Why would a man want to be a woman's companion? Why would a man think that that is a prime position for him to be in, being a woman's companion? This is why these guys are soft, Pink Rose. This is why they're soft. So many of you black men are soft. And you wonder why you don't get any respect and everybody laughs at you. They only like you as long as you're entertaining them. You're jumping, dunking, telling jokes. This is your position. Because you don't think words matter. And because you don't think words matter, you continuously put out a self-fulfilling prophecy. Give you an example. If I continuously called myself a loser, what would that then do for my reality? All I said all day about myself was, Awesome, you're a loser. You are going to lose. No matter what you do, you will fail. And I said these things over and over and over again. I'm pre-programming my own destiny. I literally spoke it into existence. This is why so many of you black men are soft. Because you're not man enough to understand how much these words matter. When you let a woman say she's your companion, you're saying that basically you're equivalent to a dog. You're equivalent to a cat, a bird, a snake. She can get a pet snake. She wants companionship. She should be looking for a man. She should be looking for you if you're a man. But you won't be a man because you're afraid. This is why you had me. The gizmo is resting. She is laying down, so hopefully we will have an opportunity to get through this. Everybody wipe your feet when y'all come on in, as the Pink Rose have asked. This is part 2, y'all, of Kendra's review of me and her thoughts on the awesome. I had never seen this previously, so we'll go through this and we'll kick this thing off. Appreciate everybody for being here. A beast of a man is in here. Shout out to my lovely and talented moderators in my chat. I'm rolling.
When he broke down, if Patty said, I took her to a restaurant, she wanted a well-done steak. I wanted her, I'm like, listen, you should try it medium well because, you know, it tastes better. Just try it. And then that to me is more easy to digest than to say, she wanted well, I left her, she don't know how to act, right? So it was like the way it came out. Now being open-minded to something new, because I think women do want to be exposed to new things, right? at least I hope so. That's what y'all say y'all want. Y'all want to be exposed to different environments. So yes, you're gonna have to be open-minded at times. But to push the judgment as, I don't want a woman that had a well-done steak because she don't know how to act, that wasn't that's hard to digest. Okay, nobody's going for that shit.
Okay. Now let's unpack that. Now, as everybody know, when I said that, when I was mentioning the state, I said that I made the point and I made it very clear. Initially, it was not, because if I would have left it open to interpretation, it would have been open-ended and then someone could draw their own conclusions. However, what I said was, I made sure was the issue was not the state itself. The issue was that she did not trust my judgment. That was the issue. Now, people want people to say things the way they want to say them, the way they want them to say them, in order to make it palatable for them. If you notice, Kendra, she's using it very, very, like when she's telling it, I want y'all to see how she's moving her head back and forth. And you know what I'm saying? And she's making it seem as if I said it negatively. You know what I'm saying? Because this is how she wants to, this is how it conveyed in her mind. This is why she said it, nobody's going for that. Listen, let me explain something. Awesome don't care what you going for, or you Awesome don't care what you think you going for or not. See, that's what you don't understand. And if more men was cut like me, then we wouldn't have these problems that we have. There's no such thing as a gender war with me. I don't have no gender wars. Cornball niggas got gender wars. I don't subscribe to that. You either on my page or you not. You see how simple that is? There is no gender war. You know what I'm saying? I don't beef with women. You know what I'm saying? I don't have those issues. I don't go back and forth with women. You know what I'm saying? In terms of trying to prove trying to qualify my position. That's for you cornball niggas who ain't got no guts, who listen to your mamas. And that's why you punks is in the position that you in. Shout out to 6852. That's a long name, brother. Do you remember me again? I don't. You know what I'm saying? Remind me. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you for being here. Thank you so much. You know what I'm saying? Because your name is long. You know what I mean? So I can recognize you properly. Appreciate you for being here. Make sure y'all hit the like, wipe y'all feet. Awesome is cooking. Pink Rose is quarterbacking this thing. Let's roll.
But to say, hey, try something new, okay, you can get somewhere with that. It's all about presentation. It's all about how you present it. All right, let's go back to it.
I mean, I can continue. Wrong. Okay, it's not about presentation. It's about substance. Let me say that again, chat, for everybody who understands something. I want to say something, y'all, because this is something that really needs to be understood. Growing up, my father gave me some of the harshest. My father spoke so harshly to me in ways that you could not even understand. Like, you know what I'm saying? Most people couldn't stomach the way my father spoke to me. They'd be like, man, you talk to your son like that? But what my father was doing, Pink Rose, chat, was he was trying to prepare me for a cold world that he knew his son would have to endure, right? He wasn't concerned about presentation. He was concerned with his son getting the message. I'll give y'all a quick example. You got a gift, and it's wrapped up in gold paper and a red bow. You got something that's wrapped in a paper bag, it's greasy, and a sack. Which one are you going to choose? Well, the logical brain, you know what I mean, would choose the one that's wrapped pretty versus the one that isn't. That would be a logical person. A true three-dimensional thinker, such as myself, is going to question, okay, wait a minute. Why are they offering me these? Why are these my options? Why is this one wrapped in pretty paper and this one in a greasy sack? I can't see through either one. Why? Why are these my options? And because I'm a three-dimensional thinker, which means I see the world in three dimensions, I'm probably going to choose this one. Pretty, what doesn't look as pretty. I'm worried about the substance, everybody. I'm not worried about how something comes across. Either you accept it or you don't. The question is it correct? That's all I deal with. I don't deal with right or wrong or all or every. I've said this previously. I'm going to continue to say it because there's people who try to push it back on me. Awesome don't deal with right or wrong. Right or wrong is subjective, depending on who you did it to, where you did it, and why. And how.
I only deal with the realities of a situation. That's it. So no, I don't have to rap anything correctly for Kendra to digest it or for any woman. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm going to be disrespectful. However, I will be firm. You know what I'm saying? And where I'm coming from. And if you can accept that, so be it. If not, so be it too.
Can't see you, that's all.
Okay, I can see me fine. They can see me too.
Okay, so be it. Then you just.
It's your phone.
Okay, so be it. But okay, what was I?
You were explaining that you went to Egypt with felonies.
This is Kendra's.
I'm one of a few guys, who have been, who have been all over the world because I don't listen to nobody, and that's not cap. You know what I'm saying? That's because I got a passport, right?
Now, people told me, y'all, that I couldn't get a passport because of my felonies. I want y'all to say that. I want to say that. Everybody told me when I was first started this process, again, when it was like, man, no, man, you can't do that. There's no way you can do it. There's no way you can do it. I said, okay, well, let me find out. And I began to do the research. And then I applied. And then I went down and took my picture. And then it came in the mail. I said, man, this is what happens because y'all won't think for yourselves. You listen to everybody. And I didn't even tell nobody I had it. All I did was hit them up when I was gone. Where you at? Oh, I'm in Paris. What? You in Paris? Yeah, I'm in Paris. Yeah, I just touched down. Because you can't think. Because you listen to everybody else. This happened previously, y'all, when I had an enhanced driver's license to go. In Michigan, y'all, there was a thing called an enhanced driver's license. And you could actually use this license to drive through Mexico or through Canada. This when I was going, you know what I'm saying? I was messing around, you know what I mean? And whoop-de-whoop. And I was like, you know what? I need to go down there and check out, you know what I mean? The wop-de-wop. And it was years ago. And I said, let me see how I can get that. So I applied for an enhanced driver's license. You get these when you're in Michigan. And these allow you cannot use them for, they do not work for flights. They do not work by boat, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if they still have them anyway. But at that particular point in time, in Michigan, in Detroit, where I'm from, they had an enhanced driver's license, and you can use that license to drive, you know what I mean, through and get back to America. And so once again, y'all, not listening to other people, doing the research, and then submitting my application, getting approved, I was gone. And this is what happens, y'all, when you don't listen to people. Y'all have to, a lot of you black men are just so weak. You're just so weak. You act like your mamas, man. You're afraid. You're afraid all the time. And this is why you don't get no respect. Because everything that you do it from a position of fear. Your negotiations are always done in a position of fear. Everything that you do is from a hold on, wait a minute, I'm wondering what's gonna happen. People ask me all the time, Pink Rose, you got custody of your daughter? You didn't make her. They didn't make my daughter. They weren't there when we made her. Her mother and I figured that out. And now it's been almost 18 months, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that, like this position of fear that we're always in, it's never going to be good because now you're anxious and you can never a man who's anxious is never going to be a man who is sought after. Women can see that you're afraid, and no woman wants a man who's afraid. Or at least shows he's afraid. Let me say that, because being afraid is a human characteristic. It's something that is ingrained in us. But you have to learn how to control it. And if you cannot control that, then that's the problem is yours. Shout out to Pink Rose. Knowledge is power. I learned that early in my career after my manager told the staff this. I never forgot those words. It is 100% true, Pink Rose. And it's 100% true and adequate to this day. I'm rolling.
And that's because I don't listen to other people. And when I went over there, I noticed.
This is part 2, everybody. We're
Another
going to finish this up.
that I took was, she was very combative. And she, once again, would not listen. I'm trying to learn how to swim in the Red Sea. And I can't remember, it was something about me working out and her being upset about me going to work out. So the long story, the short of the long is, I
allowed that because she didn't respect me anymore, and I should have been cut it off then. But I allowed something to slide that I should have never let slide. So that was a good lesson for me. I take that and I appreciate that. So now I internalize the lesson as a man should. Now I let nothing slide. I'm going to correct you on your behavior. If you cannot get in line with the kid, then you need to find you another guy who you can talk to any type of way, or do what you want to do.
Woo,
So
let's pause right there.
So before we
Okay, let's pause right there. This is good. This is good. This is where I say what I liked about Awesome is all the cards are on the table. So, he's on the app, and I need to promote that. He's on the Kendra G Singles dating app, and I'm quite sure he's getting a lot of DMs. If you reach out to him, you know exactly what you're signing up for. Now that I can respect, because now you can't say, because sometimes men manipulate women. They lie. They don't tell you the truth. And now you a baby in, you down the road, and then this person appears, right? He's telling you at the door. Now, if you open that door, then that's what it is. Or like he said, you go somewhere else. That I can respect. Just don't go to the motherfucking door, okay? Like, just don't knock. I mean, you can knock on the door if you want to knock on the door. But just know what's going to happen once you get in the house. I already told you, don't have no kids with you. Like steak medium well, follow instructions. If you can do it and be young enough to have his son. So knock on the door.
I do want a son.
Do all that. But don't knock on the door, get in the house, and now say you want a well done steak. Now you're just asking for trouble, because he already told you what it was before you got to the door. So this is the part of him that I did like, because now you have a decision to make. And that's what life is about. Somebody tells you what it is, you decide if you want to proceed or not. Okay? There were a couple of super chats. Someone said, I like this. This is my first ever Kendra's Thoughts video. And that girl Fly said, your new video review should be Kendra's Conclusions. I don't know if I'm going to do this often. I wanted to do it for Awesome because I just saw so much of the internet conversation. And we were going to
I turned Kendra all the way up, everybody.
Different times. So we'll see. I like that name, Kendra's Conclusions.
That was nice, Kendra's
Abraham
Conclusions.
said, I'm going to make my nieces watch this interview as a Scared into Success program. No, but for real, Abraham, like real talk. Like my daddy told me what it was. And he's like, unless, you could find a man to take care of you, but then you're going to have to, not even that he taught me that, I just witnessed it. And I witnessed as a child, women accepting things that I was like, I don't want to accept this. But then when I matured, I understood like, oh, well, she needed her rent money. So that's why she didn't leave him, because she had to get the bills paid. Or, oh, they just didn't talk about it. And I just felt like, nah, I don't want to be in that situation. So let me just make my own money. Then can't nobody tell me shit. It is that simple. But it costs to be the boss.
So Kendra's position is, everybody, that in order to be a man, you have to have money. That seems to be the overarching position that everybody has taken with me who don't like me. So because I was in the homeless shelter, they basically say you're not a man. So because you don't have the financial backing, you can't be a man. Who agrees with that? Who agrees with that? Maybe there's validity. I have no problem opening it up for the chat.
Type of man that keep you away from your family and friends, to have full control over your thoughts and movement.
That's absolutely not true. I have no desire, nor do I don't desire at all to keep a woman away from her family. I do not have family. You know what I'm saying? So I would love, Austin would love nothing more than to be accepted by people, you know what I mean, who be accepted into someone's family. You know what I'm saying? To be accepted as a son-in-law or brother, you know what I'm saying, or uncle, or whatever the circumstances, you know what I'm saying, entail. So that's absolutely untrue. And anybody who thinks that is does not know me, or they've never taken the time out to truly understand and to truly break down what I'm saying. Because in the end, You want to see it through the lens that you want to see it through. And I'm not here to try to change your mind about me. You view Awesome the way you view him. You know what I mean? But no, I have no desire to keep a woman away from her family. However, if she's not, if her priority is not me, then I got a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where her priority should be. I told my own daughter this. I told my own daughter that if her father, me, is on his deathbed, and she asks her husband, can I come to stay? And he says no, then that's the answer. You go with your husband. I should have made preparations, right? She does not owe me that. She's married now. See, so if I can say that about my own daughter, and I told her to leave me outside, don't fall out with your husband for nobody. I'm talking to every married woman under the sound of my voice, or every woman that wishes to be married. You don't fall out with your husband for nobody. And anybody that doesn't understand that, this is what you got these fake Christians. Y'all always call them fake Christians. They always believe in the Bible until it hurts. I do videos on these things all the time. Everybody believes until it's time to show it. I'm rolling.
Okay. Sam said, Awesome got 50 minutes of an interview time because he fits the Pookie is a suit. The ladies like the most triggered women have baby daddies just like him. Ooh! Sam calling you out, ladies. All right, there was something else that said, okay, Sam said this earlier. He said,
thank you, Pink Rose. I agree with you.
The baby daddy is homeless felon. The stepfather is supposed to have a law degree from Howard. Ladies, is this true? Do y'all feel that way? Is that how y'all feel? Let's take a moment, because we are talking a lot.
But I like to break these things down, y'all, because I like for people to have their moment.
The women that call my show awesome. Often. Does he represent the women that call my show when they're looking for a better guy?
There's nothing about me that's womanly. And Kendra didn't address this with me when I came on for a second interview, because I would have checked her. I never knew she said this. There's nothing womanly about me. Nothing at all. Only thing I ever said was, I want a woman who was young enough to have children. She could get online. She could get online with my program. And she didn't have any, you know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't trying to play stepdaddy. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want to deal with the issues that come with it. I didn't have a money requirement. I didn't say she had to make a certain amount of money. I didn't say, because in the end, money can be gotten, right? I'll give y'all an example. I'll give y'all an example right now. Had I had a woman that was able to sit right here in this apartment, let's say for a minute, she like, you know what, baby? You go out there and you attack this world, and I'll make sure that she's okay. I could work 2 jobs. I could work 60 hours a week. My content was something I'd make my content, you know what I mean, as I was able to get into. Because y'all have seen me work jobs. Anybody that knows me knows I've worked jobs since this whole year, right? And I've worked several jobs. I've worked at Popeyes picking up trash. I've worked up cleaning chickens. I've slung pizzas. You know what I'm saying? I've cleaned some bathrooms. You know what I'm saying? I was doing whatever to keep. Here's the thing. When you can live within your means, I could do that for a year, y'all, and stack up 50 grand. Because I'm a hustler. Right? I'm a hustler. So now, now we got 50 grand in cash we sitting on. Right? Now we can make an investment. Now we can, you know what I'm saying? Now we can look to, okay, well, let's do, you see what I'm saying? So here's what I'm saying. When you a hustler, when you have ambition and guts, there's always opportunity. There's always opportunity for a man, because this world is vast. You know what I'm saying? You just have to figure out where you can get in, where you can fit in, because when you have a felony record such as I, and an extensive one at that, there's a lot of doors that are going to be closed. However, you have to make your own opportunity, and you don't cry about the opportunities that are there. You just simply do whatever you need to do in the moment. You know what I'm saying? In order to get by. So in a very year, boom, that whole situation has changed, right? my situation has changed. It's changing now. Y'all just don't know it. Just keep watching.
Than the person they had children with? Is this an educational moment? Are we having an educational moment, ladies, right now? Because Sia said this is you.
Appreciate it in the light.
In a male form. Is it? Two baby mamas told me on record he was never going to marry either. Has a new child. You got to raise the child. Wants a better woman. Not only does he want a better woman, he want another race. The mama white, he want a black woman.
100%. 100% Pink Rose. I agree 100%.
To raise. He don't want the baby girl to know
Oh,
her white heritage.
One circumstance.
He want a whole new race.
One circumstance. Hold on.
Now, ladies.
I never said.
I do love.
I never said my daughter. I didn't want my daughter to know her mother. I never. Well, at that particular time, y'all, I had given her opportunity before I even came down here. She would not do her part. She just simply would not do her part, and I couldn't. There was nothing that I could do. I had done as much as I could do at that point. So once again, y'all, I didn't know that she said certain things, or I would have absolutely, like I said, I'm seeing this with y'all for the first time. Not necessarily, I'm not upset. However, I would have absolutely corrected her on what she had to say in this regard to me. You know what I'm saying? Because certain things, listen, I'm a man, y'all. I'm a man who can accept it all. I don't pick and choose the portions that I like. So if you disagree with me, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But however, I would like for you to at least interpret me correctly. Don't try to nail me down to some points that I'm not trying to make and then stand on those. Stand on what I say and disagree, and I can live with that.
I love that my show can be educational. So now we can see what it sounds like from the other perspective. Let's go back to awesome. Let's go back.
If she would have if Kendra would have called,
that's my next question. We got a lot of paid questions.
You're gonna get a lot of them. You're gonna get a lot of them. Oh, Kendra, by the way, excuse me.
If I would have found out Kendra called me a woman, you know what I'm saying, and said I was like a baby mama, you know what I'm saying, on her show, I would have had some real proper to break her off. So it's probably good that I didn't know this at that time.
As I want y'all continue to super chat Kendra. I'm going to answer every single question, Kendra. I don't want anybody feeling left out. So
well, no, I might not get. So now one thing I'm gonna do awesome is control my show. So we won't do all super chats because we got my questions too. Okay.
Okay. I just want you to know that I'm open to that. You know,
you're open to it. Okay. Fair.
Lovely Trista's in here.
Right,
hey, baby.
No smoke.
The world said, if you're up here looking for love,
y'all, I wasn't trying to take over a platform. I just didn't want, because sometimes y'all, they think that people are afraid to answer questions. So the reason I said that, and you know, I wasn't trying to take over Kendra's platform, Kendra's space. I just was simply trying to make it understood that I didn't care nothing about what they said, and if indeed they did have something to say, I was there for it. So that was about.
He's making the pizzas. I guess he's trying to imply you work at Chuck E. Cheese.
No, I don't work at Chuck E. Cheese, brother. But okay. My man's pizza spot. I don't want to put him. I don't want to put him in a bad light for what I say. Okay. So
that's a good question, Tristan.
I don't work at Chuck E. Cheese. But if I did, brother, it's still a job.
AJ saying, my dude, you at the pizza shop and you have a newborn. You shouldn't even be ordering steak at Applebee's.
Okay. I didn't understand that, y'all, initially when he said that, but you know what I'm saying? He was trying to say that I shouldn't be ordering steak at Applebee's. Initially, I was confused about that.
Great question, brother. I don't eat steak, and I don't eat steak at Applebee's. And hey, listen, man, I'm gonna say this, Kendra. You have a lot of weak black men that simp on your show. They're a lot of cowards. They were raised by single mothers. They lack intestinal fortitude and guts. And so it's easy to make these, comments in the thing. Brother, I've been all around the world.
She didn't say she was, Tristan.
I've been to France. I've been to Prague. I've been in the streets. I've been in the slums. I've been in the hole. Assault. Listen, man, there's very little that has happened in this world that I haven't seen or been a part of. And so all of it has shaped me. So I'm not going to really address a lot of guys with these, these feminine comments, Kendra. I'm just not. A lot of these guys that really are on the show in your chat. They're not true. They're very feminine, and I'm a very, 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 very masculine man.
Them all facts.
Woo! Now, so, yeah. Because there was men that was riding for him. I think this is the moment when some of them been about to turn on Awesome. I think some of them been turned on Awesome. Awesome says, some of y'all, these is awesome words. Some of y'all some bitch asses. I'm going to translate because, you know, I like to get right to it. Y'all know I like to cuss. You know, I'm bougie as hell, but I like my swear words. Some of y'all some bitch ass men. Now, I've said that before. Y'all got mad at me when I said it. Now your own gender says some of y'all some bitch ass men. That's what Austin said. Now, he ain't say bitch ass, but that's what he was meaning. That's what he was.
Kendra's absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you niggas is bitches. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to, because that was my first time on there, y'all, and I was really trying to control my tongue, but that's really, she's absolutely interpreting me correctly. That's exactly what I meant. A lot of you guys are some real hoes, and I've said that, and I have to continuously say these things because the proof is in it. The evidence is out. You got a lot of cornballs with microphones and Wi-Fi that get up here and say anything. Hey, Miss Destiny, appreciate you for being here. Thank you so much. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, they'll get up here and say just about anything in order to try to get a response. You know what I'm saying? Trying to, instead of listening to understand, you know what I mean? They're like females. Like a lot of, I have women over here that have more reason than a lot of these men. Black men specifically, because I deal with black men. You know what I'm saying? They like the women, I have white women in here that have more reasoning skills than black men. And it's a shame.
I'm saying. Now, this is why I'm telling y'all, there's moments when I really did enjoy this interview. I liked that he called men out. Because here's the deal. It's not all men. So it shouldn't hurt your soul if we're not talking to you. But some of y'all are feminine men.
They were just asking about you.
And let me tell you how you know you're a feminine man when you're calling a woman masculine. Okay? Because all you're saying is she's more manly than you. So if I'm the masculine person in this dynamic, that means you're the feminine person in this. Man, I'm not that stupid that you don't know that that's what you're doing. You're really internally insulting yourself.
Now, if y'all notice, I don't really particularly call women per se masculine because that's not really something I, you know what I mean, truly subscribe to. However, I don't agree with Kendra in this regard. A woman can still be masculine. That doesn't mean I won't just deal with you. Like I'm not, just because I'm calling you masculine does not mean I'm calling myself feminine. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you're a masculine bitch. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's just what it is. So I don't agree with her in this regard. I don't agree with where she lands her plane in this regard. Like I was not trying to you see what I'm saying? Like I think she's trying to push those things together, Destiny. Do you see what I'm saying? Like I don't like to try to say a woman can still be masculine. I can say it's bitch, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean you can whoop me. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that, you know what I'm saying, that you're more assertive or dominant than me. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying, that you're a masculine female. Now, I don't particularly run around saying that because I don't like to say what everybody in these internet streets say.
You're saying that I have more male traits and you have more feminine traits. So that's part I actually liked. I enjoyed this part with the awesome interview because I felt like it's an equal opportunity, right? Just like how we were breaking down, okay, women, is this how y'all sound? Now, are we going to start having this conversation about how men are becoming more feminine?
Appreciate you.
And they're looking for more women to take care of them. And listen, life happens, right?
But who raised them? See, this is we want to talk about men being feminine, right? And women being masculine. However, who raised them? This is the part where this is the part now all of a sudden we getting somewhere. But then all of a sudden we don't want to truly get to we don't really truly want to nail it down. You know what I'm saying? The truth of the matter is this. All of these people have been raised a lot of times in single parent homes where fathers have not been present. Or the fathers, you know what I'm saying, have been placed on child support, y'all. And y'all know what I'm talking. Do y'all know most fathers out there lucky they get to see their child 60 days a year? Do y'all know they got, like, I can get to see my child every other weekend? How do y'all think that's enough time to truly be a sufficient parent? Let me ask y'all a question. Let me say that again. How is that enough time to make a true imprint on your child when you have the when you only see your child every other weekend? How can you truly make an impression upon your child and really let them see him or her see you in a real way? We don't want to discuss that though. I'm rolling.
Life happens, so I'm not above a woman being the provider or makes more money than her man, because that can happen, right? But the men I know, they're gonna
That's a good
show
point,
up in
Tristan.
a certain way. They're not gonna just be sitting on the couch playing PlayStation, because that won't feel like a man to them. If they gotta cut grass, if they gotta make sure the house is clean, they're gonna show up in a way, because that's just what's inside them as a man. My daddy did all the things. There was a time I never forget. My daddy sold Mary Kay when I was in college to have all different types of hustles to make sure I could go to Hampton. So that's what I'm used to. I'm used to men who don't make excuses. They go get it. Bottom line. We got a new breed of men.
Okay.
So this.
Now who did that sound like, everybody? Who did that sound like, everybody? She just said, I'm used to men who hustle to do anything that it takes to make ends meet. Whether it's cutting grass, her daddy sold Mary Kay. According to her. Appreciate you for hitting the like. Hey, Mai, thank you for being here. The lovely Mai is here. Lead moderator extraordinaire. Question. She just said that by her own volition, by her own admission, excuse me, that she knows someone that was just like that. She said her own father. And who else? That did whatever he had to do in order to make ends meet to keep his daughter out the system. When I didn't have, Kendra had a mother. So he could figure it out and then take her and put her over here while he figured it out. I had to figure it out with a little baby sitting on my chest. Quit playing with me, man. You see, now she's talking out of both sides of her mouth. And I would have absolutely. So if you got respect for your own father, who you said he sold Mary Kay to make sure you could go through Hampton. I picked up trash at Popeyes to keep my daughter out the system and put milk in her stomach. I didn't get no fucking wick. Now what? I don't hear y'all. Oh, okay. Oh, it's Cricket. All right. Cricket's like Tristan said.
I'm honest with y'all. I'm kind of like this one. I'm just gonna say. But as I say, I liked it. You also see what comes with it, right? You also see what comes with it. So two things can be true. This is an educational moment. He gonna get it, but you're gonna have to follow his rules too. All right, let's keep going back.
Let me ask y'all a question. What is so wrong with, don't y'all know that rule? Y'all follow rules every day. You know what pisses me off about women like this? Y'all, and now I'm about to talk this shit for a minute. Now I'm about to talk this shit, Destiny, Trista, Mai, Chat, Pink Rose. You know what really pisses me off? Y'all follow rules every single day. From the time that you leave your house, you following rules. At the stop signs, stoplights, go, come. When you go to Walmart, they tell you to let you see your receipt when you come out. When you go to another store, you do the same thing. A cop pull you over. You do exactly what he tell you. You walk into your job. You got no problem. Your boss tell you to stay extra hours. You do it. You listen. You folks ain't got no problem. It's only when a man, wait a minute. A black man tell you what to do. Now you got a problem. It's Crickets in the chat. It's Crickets.
so I'm not really going to address them. If the ladies want to ask questions,
Did I say anything
I'm
wrong?
answer their questions as well.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh, so now you don't want no questions from men.
No, I mean I'll answer them. It's just, you know, like when you say like I have a newborn. Yes, I have a newborn, brother. And I mean, what do you mean I should order steak? I haven't had one in a while. But when I do order, I do it a certain caliber of way.
That's what I'm saying, Destiny. They follow rules all the day.
Okay,
They follow
let's
rules
keep
all
going.
day.
West Mode 40 said, since you said traditional, pizza making pays all the bills?
Do pizza making pay all bills? That's a great question. Do pizza making pay all bills? Currently no. Currently no, but I do. But I'm doing okay though. We floating.
How are you paying for your bills if pizza making doesn't pay all the bills?
Well, I have a couple little things. Like I said, I told you I wouldn't get into everything, but I'm.
My homeboy was sending me a couple extra dollars, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You know, from some plays that we had, from some plays that we had created. So that's why I was able to, to have a little bit of extra money. You know what I'm saying? And be able to go certain places and do certain things. He kept me, you know what I'm saying? He kept it real with my man Bone. Shout out to Bone. You know what I'm saying? I can mention him now. And you know what I'm saying? He had some things that set up. And so, I could have absolutely, I didn't necessarily have to be there, y'all. I didn't necessarily have to be there, but I had to create a track record. I had to create some sort of a track record, so that way I could put some things on paper that was documented to make my situation look better, because I had CPS still chasing me from West Virginia. Now, they couldn't do much because I was in another state. However, I was trying to make sure I kept some things in order without, because they was trying to take her, y'all, when I got hit by Uber. Stop. I didn't get hit, y'all. It was a stop. I had to go to the hospital, y'all, when I got down here. And because we didn't have a place to live, they were trying to take her then. And so I had to lie to get her up out of this. So I had to get up out of there. There's a lot of things that I went through, y'all. And I'm not here to like, you know what I'm saying, whoa, it's me. I'm just saying that this was part of, all of this was part of it. So people that's trying to sit back and they would have never known what to do in these circumstances. They would have been folded, they would have been broken, and that would have just been that. So you can sit back and say what you want to say, but let's see you walk it. Once again, y'all show me another black man that's doing, you show me another man that's been in my circumstances and did and is doing what I've done. Then you come back and talk to me and tell me I'm not one of one. I'm rolling. Shout out to Pink Rose. Thank you so much.
I'm absolutely legal. In the end, I take care of my daughter, and it's just she and I, and that's what's, we don't want for anything.
Okay. Stacey said you didn't see the red flag before you got her pregnant.
That's a great question, Stacey. That's a great question. In truth, yes. I was being thirsty, a man. You know what I mean? I was putting my Johnson on the crap table. But I'll tell you something else, Stacey. If you really want to know the truth, this girl saved me, and I probably was on my way to the feds. In truth, and so she did more than the government ever did, because she gave me something to love when I didn't have anything. And so for that, I'll always be grateful, and I love my daughter immensely, and her mother. For whatever she is or isn't, she doesn't stop me from being a father. I'm not dragged through the courts because I don't play that court game. So there's no issues there. There's nothing a woman has to worry about in that regard. There's not any of that. It's a very clean slate. So I do respect her for that. So I hope that answers your question.
Okay. I want to say something to that. So basically what he said is, whatever he was doing, okay, I really do want Awesome to call in tonight, because now that I'm going back on it, the baby's 9 months. So let's say the baby's 9 months, she was pregnant for 9 months. So let's just say a 2-year span. Like, we'll just round up to 2 years. So whatever happened 2 years, no, I actually got to ask him, because I don't know if while she was pregnant, he was doing whatever he was doing. But basically, this child caused him to become a father, I guess, for real, as in he has full custody of his child. I have a couple of friends that have full custody, male friends, that have full custody of their children. And this is why I be always telling you ladies, and men get mad at me when I say hold men financially accountable, because when men can have a baby and don't live in the house with the child, they don't know the daily sacrifices women have to make as mothers. So when a man is put in that position, and now you have to change your life around completely. You have to create a schedule because you got to get a babysitter. You gotta work a different hour. You can't go out with your friends on the weekend because you have the child full time. It's a whole nother world.
Hey, introvert.
It's a whole
Thank you,
nother
Pink
world.
Rose.
A lot of, not a lot, but when you don't have men who are married and live in the household, these weekend dads will never understand the sacrifices mothers make all the time. So what he was saying here, which I think is could be kind of a tender moment, is that the little girl saved him from going to prison. So I really do want Awesome to come in, call back tonight, because I would like to deep dive on that part. Like, what was you about to go to jail for?
Drug dealing and murders. That's what was now. As far as what Kendra is saying here, I'm gonna bag it up. You know what I'm saying, slightly in turn. Okay, matter of fact, I want y'all to. Let me see. Y'all know I'm gonna mess this thing up.
Guys, like this video on YouTube. We have, let me see. Right now we got more than almost 5,000 people.
Oh, y'all, did I jump it back too far?
You know, we do have a Facebook show too.
She don't belong to me. It's my job to raise her to be honest with the.
Now we got more than almost 5,000 people watching from YouTube alone. You know, we do have a Facebook show too.
I wanna
like the video.
I wanna adjust with Stacy. I look like a vampire, y'all. Y'all, I look like a black vampire. Y'all, I just never noticed that.
Your baby mom is not a bad person. So in your past life, as you say, be honest, were you pimping?
No, I was not pimping, and I don't want to say she was a bad person. I'll tell you this, man. I don't really like to go around passing judgment in that regard, because whatever she was, I was with her, right? So I think that's a very, very feminine way to look at the world from my perspective.
Did I get it to a head, y'all?
Like, what was you about to go to jail for?
Okay, hold on. Yeah, that's right, y'all. Nah, okay, I did get a little too ahead.
Or you can't go out with your friends on the weekend because
this is it. Okay, y'all want to get to this, y'all. This financial responsibility for men. If a man is being a father, then I don't believe he should be on child support. Like if a man is being now, here's the thing, y'all, and this is why everybody knows that women decide who is born and who isn't born in this country. Everybody knows that. You know what I'm saying? So if a woman decides that she's going to keep a child and that man told her previously he didn't want the child, then what do you want him to do? You want him to be responsible for a child he didn't want. He told you that. He told you that. This is why you got to keep your legs closed. You know what I'm saying? This is why you don't have babies with me. Because here's the thing. There's very few men that's going to do what I'm doing. There's very few men who's going to do what I'm doing. If you don't want the child, you know what I'm saying? And the baby, like, you know what I mean? All of a sudden the child, you know what I mean? The child is just out here. What is he going to do? You cannot have women. This is why society, you know what I'm saying? Like, Kendra, you want to hold men accountable for being men. Men sleep with women. They do. We can try to act like it don't happen, but it happens. However, they have to have somebody to lay down with. Right? And if you give a man opportunities, he gonna usually take them. Like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, men have always wanted to be with women. That's never not been a thing. And so you trying to act like men are not, men shouldn't be men. You know, you're trying to hold somebody financially accountable. No, hold yourself accountable from the beginning to not get pregnant by him until he's made a commitment to you in a real way, which is a marriage.
It's a whole nother world.
See, that's what you should be telling people, Kendra.
Not a lot, but when you don't have men who are married and live in the household, these weekend dads will never understand the sacrifices mothers make all the time. So what he was saying here, which I think is could be kind of a tender moment, is that the little girl.
I made real sacrifices. A lot of these baby mamas have not made no real sacrifices. Let me say this. They've had opportunity after opportunity, be it through the state, be it through family, through opportunity. Listen, I've made real sacrifice. This guy here has made real sacrifice. There's very few women who have made the sacrifices that I made. I put my resume up against anybody's. All right? I'll put my resume up for this first 18 months, give or take, against anybody's, male or female. Come holla at me.
Saved him from going to prison. So I really do want Awesome to come in, call back tonight, because I would like to deep dive on that part. Like, what was you about to go to jail for? And I think this too, another moment, I think women, and maybe all parents can relate to, kids change you. They change everything. Your whole life has changed once you become a parent. So all right, let's go back to this, and I'll get to the super chats after this next one. Before we go to the next question, you guys like this video on YouTube. We have, let me see, right now we got more than almost 5,000 people watching from YouTube alone. You know, we do have.
When has Kendra ever had 5,000 in YouTube, everybody? Shout out to my dog. When has Kendra whenever y'all seen 5,000 people in Kendra's chat? I'm rolling.
A Facebook show too. Like the video.
Y'all also look like a black vampire, by the way. I just noticed that.
Free to like the video, free to subscribe. No excuses. Like the video on YouTube. Okay. Chandra said your baby mom is not a bad person. So in your past life, as you say, be honest, were you pimping?
No, I was not pimping, and I don't want to say she was a bad person. I'll tell you this, man. I don't really like to go around passing judgment in that regard, because whatever she was, I was with her, right? So I think that's a very, very feminine way to look at the world from my perspective. I'm not saying, I don't go around trying to, throw rocks and hide my hand. I feel like this. The Creator knew what he was doing, because he gave me her, and for the plans I had, they never materialized, and it was the way he wanted it. So I love my daughter immensely, Kendra, and I'll tell you something else. It's not my job to keep her. As much as I love her, she don't belong to me. It's my job to raise her to be an honest, virtuous young woman, and then give her to a man who has been vetted and qualifies. It is not my job to keep her. That is my job. And so I take my duty and my responsibility extremely serious.
Okay.
Whenever y'all heard a man talk like that? Like, you know what I'm saying? This is where these guys don't have. This is how I know there's not a lot of men out, because they don't even know. That went all the way over their head, y'all. That went all the way over everybody's head. Gizmo don't belong to me. I'm her father, yeah, but it's not my job to keep her, and I still believe that. It's my job to do my job. I got a part to play in a larger role, right? And when you're a real man, you know what your job is. It's not my job to keep my daughter to myself. What I look like some type of creep. My job is to give her the skills and the talents and the mindset in order to be the woman that she's supposed to be. And I did my job. I'm not supposed to have my daughter taking care of me. You know what I'm saying? My miserable old ass. You know what I mean? She's sitting around, she can't find no man. But see, these dumbass daddies out here, they so big to, girl, you be independent, do your own thing, make your own money. You don't need nobody. Man, shut your dumb ass up. You niggas is hoes. You niggas is hoes. And I'm not.
But wants a black woman to step up and be a mother. Woo!
I love black women. I was in West Virginia, and there's no really pretty black women in West Virginia. So,
There wasn't.
I mean, yes, her mother's white. Yes, ma'am.
Right.
They kept stating that.
This is the first time I heard him say that. I've never. This is my first time hearing him say.
She was too busy thinking about how good I look.
Black women in West Virginia.
It wasn't a lot.
I have
True.
watched this interview. I didn't even hear him say it. This is my first time my ears heard him say that.
Hey, Fancy. Fancy Pants and Niles.
baby, you got to call me back. So basically, you had a baby by a white woman who I guess you thought was prettier than the black women options for whatever reason. She's no longer in the picture. And all I can do is assume. All I can do is assume. I don't know anything about this. She's not doing the best right now because you are the full parent. But now you want a beautiful black girl from somewhere else. Not in West Virginia. Oh, he's in Atlanta.
Did I say, y'all, what did I say, y'all? I said, I'll take a 6 in the face, an 8 in the body. Is that beautiful? What did I say? See, this is why people don't listen. I never said she had to be. I never, ever, ever said she had to be beautiful. She's got to be beautiful in the inside and beautiful to me. I said a 6 in the face and an 8 in the body. Did I not say that, chat? Did I not say that? This is why I always say, and shout out to Destiny, because Destiny, I believe it was you who said Kendra was a journalist. This is why I said that she's not a journalist. Now you may be right. I think it was you, Destiny, when you said that Kendra graduated from Hampton with a degree in journalism. That may be the case, but this is not journalism. This is commentary, and it's incorrect. Did I not say, chat, that I wanted a 6 in the face and an 8 in the body? Did I not say that? Did I ever, ever, ever absolutely say she had to be beautiful? I never said that.
He's in Atlanta now. So you want a beautiful black woman.
Thank you, Pig Rose. She had 55,000. Should have had her rocking.
I missed when he said there was no pretty black women in West Virginia. Baby,
A lot of them were junkies.
That ain't some shit for your ass.
Wasn't a lot of them.
That is crazy.
Where I was in Huntington. I was rolling up through there.
Not there was one pretty black girl in all of West Virginia, child. Awesome, baby. Make sure you call me tonight. Make sure you call back.
Thank you, y'all. Thank y'all for keeping it real. Yes, she did say it. Yes, you did say it. Thank you. I said a 6 in the face, 8 in the body. Come on, man.
That to me.
Thank you, Mai. So I never said beautiful.
Worse than the state comment. To be quite honest with you, I think women should be more offended that he felt there was no attractive black women.
I didn't feel nothing. I knew it. I was there.
Now he wants one to raise the child by the white woman that was beautiful enough to have the baby with. I literally, I like this because I literally never heard him say that. I did this whole interview and my ears didn't hear that part. That's crazy.
Like you was mesmerized by my good looks, baby. You was mesmerized.
Brian said, I just joined and can see through bro BS. This fool's a goofy, but the women and men that come on the show, you still entertaining nonetheless.
Okay, brother. Wish you the best. Thank you for your comment.
Okay. Lord of Leon said, you can have your preferences, but childless people, men or women, generally find it challenging to be considerate for parents and date them fairly. I recommend dating a mother.
Thank you, Trista.
He said you should date a woman with kids.
Oh, that's your opinion. You entitled to it, brother. Salute.
Okay. I'm gonna take a pause on their questions and go back to mine. All right. Does the woman have to look a certain way?
That makes sense,
yes,
Destiny.
that's a great question.
Here you go.
Pretty women, but not overly. I would say I take a 6 with an 8 body. You know what I'm saying? 6 in the face, as long as she's cute. 6 is cute. 7 is pretty. 8 is cold. 9 is she land like that. I don't do 10s. I don't believe in perfection. So that's kind of my 5 is kind of, is a little low.
Okay, so 6 with an 8 body.
Yeah, at a minimum. Yeah.
When I don't do ratings, but when someone does, I ask them to rate themselves. So what do you do? What's your rating?
I would say I'm probably a 6. I would give myself a 6, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, real quick, on this leadership that you want in your relationship, are you going to be the 100% sole provider as well?
Yeah, I believe in providing for my woman, absolutely.
Okay. Should she make a certain amount of money?
When she's sitting in my house, when she's sitting in here, y'all, listen, y'all see, I literally, y'all see me work. You can, if you go outside, y'all, you can find some money, right? And because when you a hustler, There's always opportunity. You just have to be willing to go out there and find it. Well, if everybody knows that I'm confined, and so because once she got hurt, that's just what it was. So, but if you sit here and take care of this while I go do that, absolutely. Now, could I provide a 5-star lifestyle right now? Absolutely not. Come see me back in about 24 to 36 months, though. You see what I'm saying? But don't now think that you get to live like that. You see what I'm saying? Because now there's a difference. Now you didn't back then. They didn't want me. Now I'm hot. I was always like that, y'all.
A woman doesn't have no any. It is not only a man's duty, but it's his honor to provide for a woman who respects him. So that would be.
Thank you, Tristan. Solid. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not ever going to ask a woman to now. You know,
I say about
do I have
6.
a
I
problem
thought
with
about
the
6.
woman being successful? No, as long as she recognizes that your money don't trump me being a man, and you think you can come in and tell me what to do. I'm not. Listen, Kendra, I'm not none of these corn. Let me just be honest. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm not none of them cornball ass niggas in your chat. You know, them niggas is hoes for real.
This is me coming out, y'all. I got tired of playing.
Get a little bit more realer. You know, a lot of these guys, you know, they're very soft and they act like women. You wonder why your woman treats you like one. Bro, I've been getting it all my life. So, you guys who come on and trying to make these little, you know, these feminine comments, trying to throw jabs, bro, that's it's war off a duck back. I've been there. Been to the bowels of hell and looked Satan in the face. You can't tell me nothing.
Okay, so awesome. I said this earlier.
Okay, Pink Rose, you the best. Thank you so much. I definitely understand that.
Really talk like this because you have to. The reason you are saying.
She said only a man with money can talk like this, y'all. So the money is the requirement. That's what I always want to circle it back to. So the only thing that truly matters in Kendra's world is the money. If you have money, you can talk like this. If you're a man, you can't. So here's the thing: when the money leaves, then you can't talk like this, right? So you are not a man if you don't have money. You cannot talk like a man. You cannot be a man in her eyes if you don't have money. That's what she said. Thank you for coming in, Pink Rose. I definitely understand. Thank you so much.
So for what I'm paying, this is how I like it. And just think that whenever
the lovely Pink Rose, thank you so much.
Customize it because it's your money. But you gotta explain where the money come from because we just trying to figure out how much the pizza parlor pay for you to do all this. That's just where we get a little confused. We just curious of how much you make as pizza guys, so we could know. Can we apply? Are they accepting jobs? They got to be paying more than Amazon because we're just trying to figure out where all the money. That's the part. That's where, because I understand.
Yeah, fans. That's because you were 3. That's why I see why you find it degrading.
Let's continue.
Let me ask y'all a question. How difficult do y'all think it is for y'all have seen me work hard. Y'all have seen anybody who's been watching my content, who's familiar with me, has seen me work hard and knows that I will go out here and get it. Waking her up. She's up. She's sick. She's teething. She's struggling. The shelter rooms were cold. The shelter rooms were freezing. I had to keep her nose wound. I wake up sick. I was snuffling. Y'all saw me when I had when I was on the ventilator. You know what I'm saying? I still had, you know what I mean? I got steroids in my I'm getting sick from the germs that, you know what I'm saying? She's messing with them kids. And I still got up and went to work. My dog, Harvey Brown, will tell you. He said that he just recommended me for another job with these other people. Why? On the strength of what he saw me do at that pizza place and the guts that I see. So let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think that if a woman sat here and took care of her, I wouldn't go out here and get some money? Getting the money ain't the issue. Getting the money is not, that'll never be the issue for a man.
Okay, awesome. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Yes, ma'am. Knew that was coming. All right.
I just did, I ain't gonna lie. She was right.
I do like that.
I did.
I like that outfit.
I was down to 10%. I was down to 6 actually.
Well, this is a nice outfit.
I'm holding it.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you.
Okay, we see you. And I do appreciate you dressing so well.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, y'all already seen these. Y'all already saw what I was in and stuff like that.
I was trying to figure out what I was going to wear, so I was throwing something together real quick. A lot of my stuff is old.
Okay.
Because I buy everything for her.
Okay, let's just acknowledge this right now. I don't know if this is true. Some are saying he was in a shelter. Now, I don't know if that's true at all. Someone said earlier he's gonna call back in tonight. I listen, y'all. I just be trying to get through my questions, but a lot of people were saying that he's in a shelter. So I don't know. That's what they were saying. I cannot confirm that at all. But that's what the comment section was saying. So I hope he does call back to explain that too. Let me go to some of the super chats. You guys got a lot of super chats. Hey, Sam said West Virginia is not the western part of Virginia. West Virginia is a separate state. Very few black people live there. Okay, so you're saying that okay, so this goes back to what he said earlier. So are you saying there was a lack of black women and that's why none of them were pretty? Okay. Papaya said, Kendra, can you see if Russell's available tonight? I'd love to hear his take on this guy. Oh, ladies. Russell would probably agree with a couple things that he said. I wish I would understand how men with money be acting, child. Russell would agree with him wanting to be the leader. Don't you ask me no questions. Do as I say. Be happier in my I don't know which car does Russell have, child. Child, these men with money don't want to hear shit what you got to say, girl. What don't y'all be trying to tell y'all.
Hey, Tristan, that's that white dude who
What you think?
that-
Guess what?
I wasn't about to talk to
Their
him.
world. They got the money. They know you want to be
I'll
there,
deal with that
everything.
in part 2.
And if you don't want to be there,
Just
there's
table
gonna be
that.
another girl who want to be there. Sit your ass down. Be excited that I'm here, and go along with it. Why you ladies acting like these rich men ain't gonna agree with each other? I've been trying to tell y'all, but y'all won't hear me when I try to tell y'all what be coming with that shit. He would say, what's wrong with him?
The difference is, Kendra, the difference between the men that you know and this one right here is that theirs is finite, theirs is fickle, their house is flimsy. It's built on a house. The foundation ain't solid. With me, it's really who I am. See the difference?
Okay, he's paying everything. That's what it sounds like. He's paying for everything. So he's going to get things his way. I'm not even saying I agree with this. So I want y'all to understand. I'm not saying I agree with this. But y'all got to understand, these men with all this cash, money, or whatever, don't give a shit about your opinion. Okay?
No, men never did. Men,
who,
she keep throwing them in. She keep making it seem like there were, y'all. See, because we've forgotten our way. We don't remember that there were men who were absolute 100% unequivocal kings of their household. When they walk, and all they did was work a 9 to 5. They worked 40 hours a week. They got out there, and maybe they got a little extra hustle. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they was selling numbers. Maybe they was you know what I mean? They was playing the numbers on the sides, or you know what I'm saying? Maybe they had a little car wash detail business or whatever this is. They was the unequivocated leaders of their households. Daddy was king. See, now they say you have to make an exuberant amount of money in order to be the king. What? What, for these washed up baby mamas that Kendra put on here? See, all right.
Could be even prettier, right? Could be extremely gorgeous or whatever, who gonna sit there and gonna be a part of a good time, and that's what it is. So I don't know why you think I'm gonna bring Russell on this show. Russell rich for real. Either you get with it or you're not.
I will say this. Russell rich off the internet. He a white man. Say something I think. But I just say it better, and I'm more masculine than he is. Russell's a feminine looking white man.
With it. I don't Play it. Let's go back to the apostle child.
But
Okay.
I still keep it.
I don't necessarily agree with everything you say, but I can
That's okay.
respect your point of view.
I'm not looking for agreement. That's
I'm not, and I'm not.
I can respect your point of view on things, whether I agree or not. But
Yes, ma'am.
either way, let's continue, and then we got more paid questions. But let me try to get
Okay.
to the rest of mine. When was your last relationship?
About 2. What is this? I say about 2 years ago. Girl, about 2 years ago.
You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
It's been a little while. It's been a while.
3 flaws you have to work on.
Why I look like a black vampire, everybody?
So I'm hoping that a woman can come in my life and help.
Okay, yes, that part. They're saying he ain't got no money though. Okay, yes, that part. That part, yes, because y'all still talking about Russell. Yes, no, Russell will not agree with a man who doesn't have money. He would say you have to have money to do this. But I feel like this is the thing though. This is why I want him to come back. Because, you know, this is the internet, so we gotta industrialize. But he's talking like a man with money. Now, it doesn't make sense because he works at a pizza place, and that's why I said I'm kind of confused.
What Kendra don't have? I'm a nigga that done counted more cash, and see that I've had real cash. I've had real cash, like not liquidate, like real cash in my hands. You know what I'm saying? How I got it, you know, it's how I got it. But I've had real cash. I've seen so much in my life, and what I realize, y'all, is that if I ever allow money to make or break me, then I've already lost. I should be able to stand under the fire and be consistent in who I am no matter the circumstances. This is what y'all don't understand. This is what women like Kendra don't understand about real, because she don't know none. This is why she didn't have me back on. This is why she wouldn't allow me to do a segment, because she know that I'm a beast, and she know. Somebody did a video on this. I cook Kendra. She's not on my level. You can't have a conversation with me for real. You can't truly be in my presence for real. Because you don't qualify for a man like me, baby. You don't qualify for me. Yeah. Awesome said that. And I just saw a rose crawling on the wall. I didn't, but I was saying. You see what I'm saying? You don't understand what it looked like. This is what you looking like. This is what real guts and really being made of something real looks like. This is what true audacity looks like. This is what a real black man look like with his daughters. I get up, this is what it looks like. The consistency. Pushing out. If money make you, you're not much of a man. If money make you, then what truly are you? Because I'm gonna tell y'all something. Anybody that's willing to do anything to get money, I'm talking about, people always say, you know what I'm saying? So what happens when it breaks bad? What happens when you go through a bad stretch? Then what? What do you lean on then? What happens when you're in a situation like me? Do y'all know that if all I ever leaned on was money and being a man when I had it and when I didn't, do y'all know where she would be right now? You would never know her, because she'd be in the system, having God knows what done to her. She too young to know. It's people out here that's creeps like that, y'all. Y'all don't understand how dangerous this world is. See, y'all live in a world that's protected by your thoughts, because and your reality, you've never seen. I've seen the most heinous. I've lived with these people. I know how heinous and how evil this world is. I've lived with these people. I've ate with these people, played cards with these people, had to sleep in cells with these people. And they are the most, the words are indescribable of what they've done. I don't even want to, y'all, if I told y'all the stories, I'd make y'all cry. And the system protects them. If you put your hands on one of them, you're going to be charged with a hate crime. They're going to put you in the hole. So don't come to me trying to tell me anything. What did Pac say, y'all? Let the real live niggas see the truth in me. What would you do if you was me? Nigga, against all odds. I'm living it. This ain't a rap. This is my life. And this little girl who was in the back, her life was in the balance. That's how real it was. A beautiful little girl and sister, what y'all think gonna happen to her? What you think? Some lily white family just gonna come along and treat her right? And she gonna go off and have a beautiful flowery existence? Do y'all know that there are people that hustle the system to get foster children just to get the benefits checks? They got a house full of kids that they don't even care about. Y'all don't know nothing about that, though. Why y'all always trying to call CPS on me? When in truth, she could never be in a safer place. There's no safer place for this little girl than right here with her own daddy. But because you can't see past your own hate and disdain for me, you would rather see her in the system with a coin flip situation. That's how stupid y'all is. And that's why I hate you back. And the people that support me, you mean the world to me. And the hell with the rest of the internet and anybody else.
But yes, I do agree. Russell does not agree with broke men. he doesn't agree with broke.
Listen, I don't agree with white men who have had every opportunity in this world and have benefited from their whiteness and then think they have the ability to question or judge me. You could never be me. That's why I would never speak to. I will give a little bit because I'll get more into it. But now, since I'm on topic, y'all, I might as well listen. Somebody calling me broke don't mean nothing to me. I call you a fag ass, fuck boy ass white boy. Now what? If you was in my situation, you'd have been somebody's hoe. Awesome don't bend over for nobody. Awesome don't break for nobody. And I still show my face on this internet. See, they only show y'all the good when they up. They only show y'all the cars and the glitz. And Kendra only come on here when her face is done and her makeup is on and her fucking wigs is intact and her fucking lace fronts ain't are glued in the correct way. I show the ugly, the good. I show it all. What you got to say about me? What can you say about me, though? For real, I show it all. I don't show y'all just the good times when I'm up. I didn't even post nothing when I was up, y'all. I wasn't even doing, because that wasn't my way. Can't nobody tell me shit, man.
Okay, I will say that. But you guys also have to remember this
Kendra
game.
don't agree with broke men. Fuck
God.
Russell and what he
This
agree
game
with.
is not, black men and white men don't have the same opportunities in this world. So let me just break all this down, okay? Because I'm not making excuses.
See how she got to make sure she qualifies?
As black people, there's white privileges. It just is. And when you go to most CEOs, it's a white man that has the top job who might give it to his friend's kid or his own kid or his neighbor's kid. So it just all kind of stays in the family. Now, when a black man makes it to the highest of the high, it was even harder for him, okay? And it's done in a legitimate way. It was extremely harder for him. And he's very much desired by plenty of women, not just black women, women of all races. So you got to put all those factors in the dynamic when you compare it, right? But Russell still in his own dating, he's gonna date younger. He's gonna date women who don't have kids. He's gonna date extremely gorgeous girls, like model girls. So just know, you gotta ask yourself, okay, yeah, let's listen. And I love Russell, that's why I'm on my show. But dating is individual. We don't all have the same cards, right? And I think that's where we're getting messed up, is that we all think that we can date all the same, and it's just not the truth. It's not the truth. But let's stay on this interview. I feel like we're going on to...
But if Kendra really believed that, then why does she give black women such poor advice? Why don't she tell them to get on a man's program and stop coming on here with these delusional ass expectations? Because she just see, here's the thing. See, this is why Kendra gets in trouble. Because as you listen to her, see, one minute, see, y'all on one hand, she's saying that white men and black men don't have the same opportunities. And that's anybody that thinks anything other than that is a fool. So she's correct in that regard. But then she says that she doesn't have to get on a man's program, that she can do basically what she wants to do. So you want a man, but yet you still want a man, though. So you don't have to be in agreement with him. You don't have to see him through his most difficult. Do y'all know that Kendra do y'all know what she never did, though? Why she's always continues to talk about my money situation and whether I'm in the homeless shelter. Look at this black man for having this little girl. My. She never truly dug in deep on that. Let me find out more about him and what type of character do you know, y'all, that she never has a character? Think about Kendra's questions. Y'all, we've all heard them. What does he look like? How much money does he make? These are the questions that she asks. When she's asking, she never asks, what is he made of? What type of character would you like him to have? Deal breakers. You know what I'm saying? What kind of man is he? What are his core values? They never ask that. What do I know? I'm just a guy with a GED. I'm rolling.
I feel like I'm going on tangent. I don't want to go on tangent. Back to Austin.
Help me with organization, like I found my suits, you know what I mean, my shoes, Louis built bags, stuff be all over the place. And so I like a woman. I've lost things, so I would like a woman who's extremely organized, who can help me there. I would like another flaw of mine. I have this tendency. I think sometimes I block my own blessings. I've done that, Kendra. I block my own blessings at times, and that's not a good thing. A lot of times a man has to get out his own way, so that's something that I've struggled with. And also, another thing, I need to learn how to be a bit of a better listener. I don't know everything, right? And so therein lies that I need to be a better listener as well.
Okay.
But a lot of times people are just stupid. A lot of times people are, not because y'all can, but a lot of people are just stupid. So I'm not, so it's hard for me to entertain stupidity. But if you're saying something of substance and things of that nature, then I need to be able to take that information in.
Okay. Now, I'm going to go back to some more paid questions, okay?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
So Rita said you believe in physical discipline. Are you saying you would hit your woman? I missed that.
Physical discipline is me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Was the
physical
phone,
discipline.
say it again, your phone pause.
Yes, physical discipline is for me. I believe in physical discipline for me. I'm very hard on me.
Okay.
So that is, no, I don't hit my, I think a lot of women, they've had trauma because they've messed with guys and they jump in a man's role. The woman that I'm looking for knows her place and I know mine, so we don't even have those issues.
Okay.
That's why, y'all, I'm glad this happened, because this is why y'all words matter. This is why when women ask him, so how do you deal with conflict? I just literally did. I don't think I was going to do a video of this. I don't think I did it yet. The woman I'm looking for, we don't have conflict. We have a disagreement. Look at the definition of a conflict, y'all. Look up like you have to start to understand what words mean. If you understand what words mean, then you'll be more careful in the way you use them. How do you handle disagreement is a better way. We can have a disagreement. You may not see a thing a certain way as I see it, vice versa, but that's okay, right? The conflict, y'all, is something more personal. It's where now emotions come involved, and we start focusing on who's wrong. Conflict. What you trying to beef with your man? How do you deal with conflict? Baby, it shouldn't be no conflict. The one I'm looking for don't want conflict. She wants to be on a man's page. She's looking for a man to protect her. And I'm looking for a woman to protect. We almost at the end, y'all.
Danny says he needs to act his wage. He is delusional.
Okay.
Y'all, I do want to say this, y'all, before I forget, because y'all know I will. It sounds to me that I am the perfect man without the money. Because if I've listened to this interview from her, it sounds like she has absolutely no problems with me other than A, I may be broke, which she didn't notice at a particular point in time, but you know what I'm saying, I am. B, I may be in a homeless shelter, which is equated to being broke. Because if I had money, then I wouldn't be in the shelter. And I believe she had a problem with the fact that she said beautiful, but I just said a woman, you know what I'm saying? I just said a woman who was 6 in the face, 8 in the body, and she was childless. But if I had money, I should get that 6 in the face and 8 in the body and be able to get on my page. It sounds like I'm the perfect man. Not perfect, y'all, but you see my point. Because what else? What can the internet hold me down to? Like, what can the internet really say about me? What? You got to speak about that.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Mia says, Black women are not interested, sir. We are not second to others. Stick to what you know. Woo!
Or she probably one of them ones with who kids she don't qualify. You know, brother, you know how good I look. Quit playing with me. Quit playing with me. Hey, Kendra, let's stop the playing. Let's stop the fake humility. You know what it is. You just don't qualify, baby, and that's okay. That's all right. I did wish you the best, sister.
And what do you think she doesn't have to qualify?
Say it again.
What do you think she doesn't have to qualify for you?
I don't know. Maybe something I said. What I've noticed, Kendra, I'm gonna be honest. Let me just get real on here. This country is very particular, or this country is like certain black men. They're like either some sucker, simp, some ball player who's gonna run, jump, step and fetch. You know, some comedian who can tell jokes, or whether he's of an alternative lifestyle. Those are the type of black men this country is very comfortable with. I've noticed this from my life experiences. This country is very uncomfortable with strong, capable black men who stand on what they say, mean what they mean, and do things their own way. So I really don't have a problem with that. I've noticed that a lot at my daughters. Whenever I take my daughter places, and I've noticed a lot of that. So it has been black women who have hated a black man taking care of his child alone the most.
Well, okay, Russell, awesome comeback. I think that,
And that still holds true.
I don't know if it's black women that. Here's what it is. Let's get into the race card. I think black women, at times, whether it be right or wrong, are judgmental when they see a.
Say right or wrong. See, but like I said, I'm not mad at Kendra, but she has to placate to her crowd. She may even disagree to a certain degree, but however, she knows where her bread is buttered.
Black man with a woman who's not a black woman, right? So as a black man, if you out with a non-black woman, you gonna get those looks from black women. Now, if you a black man taking care of a white baby and a black woman sees it, whether
I would have to, like, I'm glad I didn't see this, y'all, because I would have checked her. Don't never call my baby white. Don't never, ever, ever disrespect me and call my baby white. Don't never, my daughter is a black girl, and you will respect her. Yes, her mother's white. She's my seed. She come from me. She's a black baby. It's just that it's on her birth certificate. She's my seed, and that's that. Now, you can either accept that or don't. I don't care how nobody feels about that. But that's my seed. She's my seed.
right or wrong, she's probably thinking
Where I planted it at is where it was planted.
And you already said there was an attraction component to this. Like, you're on record on my show saying that there was no pretty black women in West Virginia, so therefore you had this white woman who I guess fit your attraction category, and now you're out. So judgment, it happens. We say we shouldn't judge, but we all do, right? I think that women like to see black men taking care of their children. I don't think I know a woman that would be turned off by seeing a black man at the park. If anything, it actually turns her on. And then she tries to figure out, oh, is he married? Is he by himself?
Not my way, though. Not the way I do it. Like, not the way I do it, because I make people uncomfortable. And a lot of that's my personality, right? So it's not like, y'all, I can sit here and cry foul and try to act as if I haven't played a role in this. You know what I'm saying? Like, absolutely. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's okay. You know what I mean? It's okay for people to have their own conclusions and draw their own, because I leave a lot of things up to interpretation, right? And so people are going, when you see a black man who takes care of his daughter the way he does, you're bothered by that. Because do y'all know how many, if I had a nickel for every time I've heard, man, you don't see this often, you know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. You know, black men don't take care of their kids. You're one of the only black men I've ever seen take, and I have to always correct them and say, no, black men have always been taking care of their children. You just didn't want to recognize it. My situation may be unique in the fact that my situation is unique in the sense of I've had her from 5.5 pounds, right? And I had to nurse her back to health. I had to take care of her every single day of her life. And there was no one else. That part, you know what I'm saying? That part is rare indeed. However, black men have always been taking care of this, and I'll always let people have it for that.
I think it's because, and whether it be right or wrong, your child looks white. So that's probably why you're getting those judgments. But black women love to see black men take care of their children. Like,
Fancy, am I making that up?
love to see it.
Anybody in chat, do I think I'm making that up? I got 3 of y'all still in here.
We diss black men for. But again, I think Awesome, you could call back in tonight, because I think you should defend some of these things. We all got questions. All right, let's continue. We're almost done.
That's facts. So, you know, and it's funny, the same way that black men don't take care of their children, but yet here I am doing what you said that black men don't do. So, you know, I like I said, I don't subscribe to none of that, Kendra. It's all phony. It's all cap. When I come through smelling like Creed, looking like I look.
Mike, did I say anything wrong? Like, did you agree with that last point I made?
Full one.
Thank you.
What's up, baby? What's happening? Yeah, you be ready to go. So that's why I say, Kendra, it's all cap for real. It's just the internet.
Lord of Leon said, KG, bro is trolling, sincerely wasting your time. You say you're not trolling, though.
Kendra, we done been through that, because I ain't going back here.
Okay, we'll keep going. Your Maya said, was he a pimp? Is this what path he's referring to? I'm confused, because either it had to be the street pharmaceuticals in the streets at 43 is nuts.
Yeah, I was in the
Now you was making the type of money I was making.
I've never been a pimp.
It was in the streets. I think you said it a couple times.
Yeah.
December Neal said, why do goons think they deserve a classy, sophisticated woman? You're a goon, so be happy with a goonetta, Mr. Felonies.
It's a great question, brother. First of all, because I'm a man and I don't ask for what I want, I take it. So that's what you don't know. And another reason is because I deem it so. I create my own reality. So when I say so be it, that's what it is. And I've never had a problem getting women ever in my life. And I won't have a problem now. Kendra, I'll come back and tell you the women that hit me up. I'll go through and vet them and see who qualifies and who doesn't. So that's, you know what I'm saying? So I don't, a lot of guys, like I said, once again, Kendra, they lack masculinity. These guys never did a push-up. They never boxed. They never had their bloody nose. Let me say something, Kendra. Man, this needs to be said.
I'm going at it, yeah,
I'm
bye.
not strong in me. I'm strong because the Creator made me so. I've been broken. Let me say that again. I've been broken. I've been broken in pieces. And I built myself up with the help of God alone. And there was no one there. So no one on this internet, no one in reality. I stood tall in more situations than you can ever count. And I've been doing it for so long, it's so natural. So I don't subscribe to none of that.
I'm gonna get a few more. Hold on.
Yeah.
Why would a woman with options sign up for this? That's what Miss Blue said.
Okay, baby. Can
You got a response? You want to answer that one?
You want to give me a kiss or something? You like the way I look? Huh?
Well, Miss Blue's question is, why would a woman with options sign up for this?
Hey, look here, baby. I ain't never had a problem getting women. I've never had a problem in my life getting women, ever.
So then they would say this. Why did you call Kendra if you could get women so easily?
That's a great question, Kendra, because number one, I did your platform, and I wanted to come. I've been supporting you for a while. Whether you didn't like what I said, or whether you blocked me on the super chat, I'm not a troll. I got better things to do with my. I'm sorry, say it again.
I'm not sure what you said.
Okay, well, Kendra, I have better things in my life to do than troll people. Okay, so I don't live on the internet to troll people, and that's number one. And so what I want to do is come on here and let a little bit of my story be known, and see if the woman that I'm looking for is closer than I think.
Okay. She said, how long were you in jail? You're a single mom, but you're bashing them. You sound controlling.
Okay, I'll do your first part first. I did about 16 years total. I've been there 3 times. And you're a single man. First of all, I don't bash anything. I'm a realist. I'm a pragmatist. So I think a lot of times I'm not a man who deals in emotions. I deal in facts and logic and mathematics. I'm not into hyperbole and conjecture. I'm not into none of that. So I deal with only what can be quantified. It's a bad bet for me. And another reason too, Kendra, since she's so bothered by my comment that I don't date single mothers, is what happens is when I like the kid and she decides she wants to move on, I have no access to the child anymore. And we know that women tend to walk away. And like I said, there's a certain story that I wanted to tell, but I'm not going to tell it because it involves something very, very personal, and it was death behind it. So I won't get into that.
Don't tell it. Keep it to yourself.
I won't get into that. However, I know I'm wise. It's a bad bet for a man to take that bet. Now, if another guy wants to do it, that's up to him. I don't care what another guy.
It's a bad bet for a man to date a woman with kids?
It's a bad bet. Kendra, you gamble?
I don't, actually.
Okay, you smart then. I play a lot of blackjack. Some bets are just a bad bet, right? Now, in truth, I'm terrible at gambling. But some bets are a bad bet. And that's all it is to it. Now, that's for me. It's a bad bet. That's all.
I guess awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I do hear this at times about men not wanting to date women with children, but usually they're men without kids. So yeah. I think the reason why there's a lot of, I guess, contradiction or double standard is because you're saying it's a bad bet for you to date a woman with kids, but yet you also want a woman to come in to be the mother to your 9-month-old. So why would you not be a bad bet? That's a great question, Kendra, and I love how you ask great questions. You know what I'm saying? Here's the answer to that. Life is full of double standards. Life is full of double standards. I'll give you an example. There are certain things that men can do that women cannot do. I don't bring my problems to my woman. When I have to cry, when I have pain, I take my pain to the Creator. I don't bring my problems and trauma dump on my woman. She can do that to me.
and she can know that she can feel safe in that space and know that I should have the answer to whatever she prescribes. You know what I mean? So there are differences. I'm not asking a woman to come in and support me financially. I have to take on the financial response. I'm not splitting $1 of my money with another man's seed. I'm not doing it. And I don't give a blank what you comments say and think at whether or not, because here's the thing. If I buy a pair of shoes for my Kendra, hold on one second, hold on.
We're gonna break this part down, and then we're gonna be done with Kendra's conclusion after this part. Woo, child. So you hear what he said? You hear what he's saying?
Kendra, you back?
Yes, we're here.
Okay. But Kendra, I'm terrible with this stuff. Hold on. Kate, hold on, I got your thing messed up. Okay, there it is.
I can see you. You trying to talk to baby
These are
girl?
type of dresses. Thank you. These are type of dresses that I buy my daughter. These $60 dresses. Like, here's the thing. If I had another, like, I'm not like, what do you think I'm about to buy that for another man's child? Like, I'm not doing that.
I think
like,
that-
I'm not doing it.
Okay, I think the key to this is you are going to be a sole provider. So what he's saying is, because he's spending the money, he's not asking a woman to come in and spend her money. This is why he can make the request, you have no children. I think the opposite is when women, and again, this is not, I'm just explaining whether we agree or not. This is a true component to acknowledge, because at times when women have children, they still want a provider, which means the request is the new man would be paying for their children.
Absolutely.
What he's saying is, come with no kids and you're not paying for nothing.
Yeah.
Right?
Once things, because here's the thing, I'm not.
So that's what I was saying earlier. I was saying that earlier, that the fact that I'm not even saying I even say this, I'm not saying I agree with it, but when you are a person who is spending the money, this is how they talk. But the question becomes, where's this money coming from, Awesome? Because that's where we get confused. Because you even said at one point in time in this interview, you don't have no money. You said you're broke right now. So that's the complicated understanding we don't understand. Because on one instance, you're saying a man has to provide, you're not paying, she not paying for nothing, then you broke. Two things can't be true. Either you broke or you got the money.
Anybody in here? Okay, you gone.
It has to, so this is why we were talking about Russell earlier, and I was saying the mindset of men with money, there's things Russell would agree with, because men with money act a certain way. But then they're like, well, he don't got no money. So we confuse Awesome. Because everybody wanna work at this pizza parlor place you work at, because we ain't never seen no pizza man talk this confident, child. We ain't never seen no pepperoni and cheese tell a woman, baby. I ain't never seen it. They don't talk like this at Domino's. So maybe where y'all work, they paying like $1,000 an hour. I don't know. We're almost done, guys. This is the last part.
Not where I want to be right now, but I'm working on something, right? I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not in the.
I wish somebody was saying, because I explained that part.
But I'll tell you this: any woman that's messing with me, she's messing with a winner. That's all I'm gonna say on that. So you don't have to worry about anything if you qualify. That is, but your job is to, because I would like for my daughter to be home. I would like for her to learn sign language and piano lessons, and these things cost. Private school. You know what I mean? Like, these things are serious. So
I don't want to deep dive in your business, but people will say that's a lot from a pizza salary.
Kendra, like I said, I'm not going to give you everything. Kendra, everything ain't what you see. I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay. So did you want to paint the pizza job as an illusion?
No, I do that. Kendra, I haven't lied to you about anything.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'm going to get to my last questions, and I'll wrap up the last 8 questions. You have a lot more. Why would a woman be lucky to be with you?
Oh, Kendra, come on. Let's be honest. A woman is very. I'm a very, very rare man. I'm a very rare man who has been through what I've been through, but also groomed himself. And because I've been broken, it has made me stronger. It's made me harder. And so I've been able to return and be the best version of me. So she's getting the absolute best version of a black man she could possibly get. There is no, you can put me in a room with anybody, any of them guys you know, any of them guys they know, I'm always shouting. I don't care about no money. I can't be bought. I'm not for sale. I've never done anything that I'm not proud of. There's nothing that can ever be said about me that you know what I mean, that I've done that's, you know what I mean, like, so, you know, she would be lucky in that regard. She would know she's protected. She would know that she is safe. She would know that she's dealing with a man who can handle his business, who knows how to deal with circumstances, who does not back up or fold under pressure. All of these things matter, which a lot of these cops.
Okay.
It started
this is
dying,
when I
y'all.
think he went out.
Yeah, it died.
Awesome. All right. So this is when he went out, people. This is when the interview on his phone died. All right. Here's the deal. He is on the Kendra G Singles dating app. He is on the dating app, child. And his name is Awesome. Can y'all see it? Awesome Dre. Just put in
You
Awesome
know it.
on the Kendra G Singles dating
That
app.
was
I
good.
think the baby comes up too. There's the baby. Awesome, AWESUM is his name on the Kendra G Singles dating app. Oh God. Okay, we're done. This was a trial. It was my first time ever giving Kendra's thoughts on a guest. I was gonna do a pop-up show, but since y'all were talking so much about Awesome, I said let's try something that I've never done before. My first time ever doing this. Will I do it again? We'll see. We'll see. If it makes sense, we'll see.
First time ever. Hey,
We
hey,
do
hey.
have the show tonight. It's Monday. We do have our
Did
regular
you see what's
shows tonight. So I will see y'all tonight for the shows. Don't forget, download the dating app.
All right. So that was Kendra, y'all. That was Kendra's reaction to me. I would have known certain things that she said in those moments, I would have absolutely addressed them. I did not know a lot of the things that she said in those moments. And, you know, that's okay. You know what I mean? I didn't know them. You know what I mean? So I went with the information that I had at the time. And so, you know, I'm glad that, you know, I had an opportunity to address this. I want to thank the chat. It doesn't look like anybody else is in here. Everybody's, it's late on a Wednesday. People are resting. It's almost 9 o'clock. Ediba's, I think the lovely Ediba is gone. You know, everybody's basically checked out. You know, so people are resting. It's Wednesday. I thank everybody for being in here who could come through. You know what I'm saying? In order to review this video, in order to get clarity on some things, in order to bring some things in full perspective. I thank everybody. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank everybody for being in here again. Awesome set. Hey, you know what's crazy, Mike? It says it's 0. That's what's crazy. It don't even show you in here. But yeah, I'll kick it with you for a minute, Maya. You know what I'm saying? Like, it seems to me that because there's this premium that's put on finances. So basically, you're not a man unless you have money. You don't have the ability. You should basically accept whatever your lot is. And as I've always been a man, and you know, I think that some people think that men never truly existed previous to the last 40 or 50 years, as if there were not men who were farmers, planters, hunters, gatherers. You know what I'm saying? You know, they worked in the plants, and they had skilled trades, or you know what I'm saying, they were mechanics, so they were, you know what I mean, men have had so many different jobs and skill sets, and the ability to be able to provide. And the thing about it, you know what I mean, when you have a man with my mind, that is, you know what I'm saying, a man is only as limited as his thoughts are. You know what I'm saying? A man is, what about my thoughts are limited? And there are a lot of black men out here, y'all, who have not limited themselves. They don't limit themselves through thought. So the ability to be able to get with one of these men and say, you know what? Yeah, he may not have it right at this particular moment. However, this is a good bet. I can see where he can go. You know, I'm not here to convince nobody. Don't matter to me whether you believe me or not. Just keep watching. Appreciate everybody for being in here. Make sure everybody gets some rest. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe button, and make sure you share the content. Awesome, said it, and you know.